Don't ask me to talk.
And welcome to another exciting edition of Don't Ask Me to Talk. I'm one of your podcast pals. I'm Eric Ryder.
Hey everybody, I'm the other one. I am Stacy Heller. Welcome. It has been a minute.
It has been a minute. We were unexpectedly off last week because you are in the middle of a move and you had to take care of some stuff and also take a trip to your upcoming home.
Yes, my future home. Yeah, it's amazing how when you're moving, people are not cool about the fact that you have other things going on. It's like the plumber's like, oh, this is when I can come. And oh, this is when we can get this done. And I'm like, no, I am trying to pretend like nothing's changed and everything's the same. And it's just not working. And then we had to take a trip to San Antonio because that's where we're moving. Because
you got to find a new place to live.
We do, and
you
honestly,
can't just sell your house and then have nowhere.
I mean, we could.
Yeah, but that would be bad planning.
That would be bad planning. It was our original planning. I will tell you that. we're like, we'll just stay at the lake house. Like, what could happen? And then Pete had to go and get a job.
That's a long commute.
It's a long commute. Yeah, there was that. I was going to couch surf. It was going to be great.
You'll be down there with a sign, "Will podcast for food."
Exactly. On cardboard with my magic marker.
Right.
It's like anything helps.
Yes.
Yeah, well, and then we went to San Antonio because if you are a longtime listener, or frankly, even the last 2.5 minute listener, doesn't everything about me scream future Texan?
Well, of course, that thick drawl that you have and the giant belt buckles that you're typically rocking, those kind of have some kind of indication. But aside from that, no.
Exactly. It was quite an adventure, and we got out just in time because there's a big freeze coming, y'all, and we've got to wrap the pipes and we've got to prepare and we've got to cover the palm trees so that they don't freeze. And man, you would think that Snowmageddon was coming. It was crazy.
Well, it possibly could be. I mean, Texas has over the last 10 years had like their power grid shut down several times because of unexpected freezing weather. And then,
right.
It's a big mess because their
it's
grid
true.
they're like, we're independent. We're not going to connect to the rest of the country. And meanwhile, they're freezing to death.
I've got my gun to keep me warm.
Right.
Now, here's the interesting thing. So I have forever been like, I love a pickup truck. Get me a pickup truck. Now, keep in mind that pickup trucks have come a long way since I was a teenager, and I thought there was something really cool about a pickup truck, right? Still love a pickup truck. However, back in my day, the pickup trucks were like, it was truly like a working truck. You didn't need to have like a running board for your running board. The side mirrors were not like small cities on a piece of metal that were on the sides of your car.
They're giant now.
Oh, it's huge. Yeah. So Pete, my darling, dopey husband, was like, I know what we'll do. We'll rent a truck while we're house hunting or apartment hunting, really, because nothing is better than having a huge truck when you're apartment hunting. So we ended up getting a Dodge Ram, and not just
That's
like
a
Dodge
truck.
Ram, like a Dodge Ram. It was massive. Like his sense of being able to see anything and like depth perception. So needless to say, it spent a lot of time at the hotel parking lot, and we opted to go with the realtor. And a lot of the places that we were seeing, because they're in San Antonio in the Pearl area, were really close to each other so we could walk. But that is not the kind of pickup truck that I want. I just want to say for the record. I was like,
Okay.
this thing is massive. Like I had to pole vault into the car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
so anyway,
that new Slate pickup truck looks kind of interesting to me. It's like a smaller, like stripped down electric truck that's like even
Okay.
got like the old school radio with the, the dials on it and stuff. It's
Oh,
like
okay.
super stripped down and super affordable because they want you to do all the customization aftermarket essentially. So that looks kind of interesting to me.
Okay.
Yeah, if I ever do a pickup truck, I might do something like that. Yeah.
I looked at the because I will say something about getting a Ford, and there's something called a Ford Maverick, which is a pretty like it's a smaller like so you want to have a pickup truck kind of a
Right.
pickup truck. And so I'm like, okay. But the other thing is like, so you go to Trader Joe's, like, am I gonna throw the haul in the back?
Yeah.
I'm like, so then it just rolls all over the back. I mean, I'm like, it made more sense in my mind when it wasn't an actual possibility.
Well, that's why Pete was smart because he's like, you want a pickup truck? Let's try it out before we actually do this.
Right.
There's
right.
a method to his madness.
There is a method to his madness. I also think that now that it's like a possibility, it's like, I'm like, what are you, stupid?
Well, see, now that A, we've had some sunshine here, and B, that my solar panels are turned on, I'm actually driving on sunshine. So I am, yeah, I feel like I should record a song, to follow up Katrina and the Waves. Big
Yeah.
hit. Like, I'm driving on sunshine. So
Yeah.
I feel like I would never, ever go back to a gas powered car at this point. If I could drive for free on sunshine, it's about as good as you can get.
I was thinking that you were just like heating the house. Like, wait, you can charge your car.
Yeah, exactly.
Look at you Ed Begley Jr., you. Wow.
Yeah, I got the app set up this last week, finally, because the solar company was so busy up to the end of the year because of the expiring credits that they couldn't set up the app for me until this year, but they finally did. And so now I can see like each panel, what it's generating. And it's pretty cool to see like, oh, every time it's sunny, it's like, bam, we're making lots of power.
That's so cool.
Wow. Right now, we're just a little bit less than what we're using because it is winter and then sunshine shuts off at 5 o'clock. But come the summertime, we'll be producing more than we use. And then the credit will roll over each month. So eventually it'll just all kind of even out to generating as much as we're using, which is nice. And it's like free power.
Where does the sunshine, like, do you stick it in a closet? Ironically, do you stick it in a cloud? Like, where does this extra sunshine get stored?
It goes into the grid for other people to use.
Oh.
Stick it in a cloud. That's new technology I'm not aware of.
Well, I don't know. So it's literally like a bank.
Yeah.
Like you put your money in, and if, one day somebody decides to come out and take out $1 million, in theory, like they're taking part of my $1 million that I'm not coming to take, and they're borrowing it. And then,
it's a savings and loan.
Thank you.
My electricity's not in your house. It's in Ed's house. It's in Bill's house.
It's in Bert and Ernie's.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay.
We're sharing the love, sharing the wealth.
I am learning so much. Well, I'll tell you what I did not see in Texas, and that is solar panels.
Which is wild because there's a lot of sunshine.
So much sunshine.
Yeah.
Although we brought gray with us. It was kind of gray and cloudy the first 2 days that we were there. And then yesterday, the day that I decided, no, honey, you go on to work And I'll walk from the hotel over to where the area of the city that we're going to be moving. It'll be fine. It was fine. I'm a big girl. I can walk. Like, it's not like that's a problem. But I'm like, first comes off the first layer, then comes off the second layer. If I got down to the third layer, it would have been uh, like probably a misdemeanor or at least a citation for indecent exposure to the world. It was so bloody hot. Um, and I picked the long way to go. And then I walked all the way back at the end of the day to the hotel. And that time I walked along the Riverwalk in San Antonio.
Nice.
And nothing is where
Have
I
you
thought it was
visited the
going to be.
Alamo yet?
Well, I did that when I was there, like, I don't know, 8 years ago. And
Oh, okay.
it was forgettable, honestly, which is ironic.
Right. You know, it is wild. As we're talking, I looked up San Antonio because I'm really not very familiar with it at all.
Same.
Except for knowing that the Alamo is there. But just looking at the weather, it says today, Friday, when we're recording, 72 degrees. Saturday, 41 degrees.
It's Sunday, the freeze, I'm telling
Sunday,
you.
39 degrees.
It's the frozen tundra of Lambeau Field.
That is wild. That is
whiplash?
Whiplash. Thank you. That's the word I was trying to think of there. That is whiplash.
Wow. Yeah, it is. I mean, yesterday I was sitting, there's a little area in the Pearl. So just like any city, there's like different areas, right? Like I think of it because I know of New York even better than Seattle, even though I've been here for 19 years. You know, there's the East Village and the West Village and Brooklyn and all these different areas. So Pearl is just another district in San Antonio. And there used to be a brewing place there. And so, of course, it's a gentrified area where they've turned these buildings. A brewery. Right. Brew house, brewery, vinyls, records. You do you, I'll do me.
Speaking of that, I gotta say, coming back to the vinyls thing, I felt a little bit bad about saying that it's vinyl, not vinyls, because that was slightly pedantic. But in your defense, I did see a Temu ad where they also referred to them as vinyls. So I thought, well, maybe Stacy's from China, so and I just didn't know.
Well, I don't know what it is, but whatever. Anyway, brewery.
Yes.
Golly. And there's a little.
It's just funny because you said a brewing place. There used to be a brewing place.
You know, a brewing place, a place where they brew, like a brewery, for instance.
Yes, there you go.
So there's a little park in the middle, and it has a splash pad for the kids and like a fake lawn because nothing can grow in Texas because it's dry as dirt, and chairs. I mean, it had like a little Bryant Park feel, and it was so lovely and so sunny. And I was like, oh, this is going to be amazing. And then my mind was like, fast forward, summer. August, 110 degrees, feels like 120 in the shade. It's like sweat rolling down, hair curled because of the humidity. Ah! Well, children screaming in the water pad, Stacy getting annoyed, dogs yapping. Ah!
Well, I guess it's like, you know, you just flip-flop winter for summer. You stay indoors, like, you know, most of the time. It's just like here, we're staying indoors most of the time in the winter. You know?
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. This is why I'm coming back to Washington for the summer months. I love my husband, and also I am leaving his butt for summertime. So that's what I did for the past week and a half. What have you done besides drive on sunshine?
Well, I've been recovering from my surgery.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Thank you for the reminder. I know somebody who is 21 and she has to get this done. Tell me all
Really?
about it. Yes.
That's really early, it seems like, for
They
a
said
gum graft surgery.
Yeah.
So the surgery itself went pretty well, but it was interesting to they gave me steroids to help with the healing, and like a sedative, and I have never been on that combination of medication before. I felt really kind of whacked out on those. Like it's hard to sleep with the from the steroids, and also just having like pokey stitches in my mouth and stuff.
Did
And
it make
so
you
that
angry?
took like 2 or 3 days to get. No, it didn't make me angry. Thankfully,
Oh,
I didn't have roid
you
rage.
weren't on it long enough.
No,
Okay.
it was fine, but yeah, it was weird. I felt like a little like goofy, like they like wheeled me out after the surgery in a wheelchair, and I'm like, hey, I've never been in a wheelchair before. This is like a fun ride. As they're taking me down the ramp and stuff. And I'm like, later on, I'm like, what the hell? I feel like I was just like a little loopy, from the drugs, but it's
Right.
like, yeah, like we. So yeah, after and they also tell
We
you
needed
like,
the
oh, you
girlfriend to
should be
recover or to record you.
upright while you're sleeping, and it's like that just didn't work for me. So it took a few days to kind of figure out, oh, I can actually like sleep normal, and it's not going to cause any problems, because luckily there wasn't like excessive bleeding or anything like that. And they did a good job, I feel like, because I didn't have any of the like pus and bleeding and all this stuff that they warn you about, that I was like really kind of like, oh, this is not going to be good. And it's been like healing up pretty well, so that's been good. And yeah, I'm doing my.
Did you have to eat only soft foods for a while?
I did. I mean, that's the thing that was kind of tough about this, because while I'm not like a resolution guy, my ongoing resolution is to lose some weight. And with the, the rollover of the year, I'm thinking it's a good time to start on losing that weight, get ready, get my bikini body ready for the summer. But literally the instructions with the surgery was don't exercise and eat a lot of carbs. so,
Wow.
So I'm like, well, if I must, I must.
Oh my gosh. That sounds like an amazing surgery recovery.
Right?
Mashed potatoes.
I'm like, all right, don't exercise, lay around, eat some mashed potatoes. Okay, I guess I can do that. But it definitely didn't help with the losing weight resolution so far.
But that's next month.
Yeah, I guess so. But yeah, I go in on Monday for the follow-up, and hopefully they're not going to be like, what the hell did you do? We got to do it again.
No. You're a rule follower. You took care of it.
I think so. I tried, but there was points where like some of the like stitches were kind of like dragging down, and I had to trim those. They say that's okay, but I'm always worried that I've done it wrong, like that I'm caused some major problem. So we will see. But so far, so good.
Okay.
But the problem is then I caught a cold, so I've been dealing with a cold on top of this. So
oh my gosh,
not a lot of fun so far.
You cannot catch a break this season. You've had a cold like for quite a while.
Yeah. It seems like the whole office at work like every like desk I walk by, they're coughing
Oh,
and sick. Like
perfect.
the whole everybody has got this thing, and before me, so it's not my fault.
Of course not. You're not Typhoid Mary. Please.
That's right.
Okay, and how is Gertie?
Oh, she's doing well. She's also on her medication. We took her in to get the follow-up appointment for her, and they said that it seems to be helping, making a difference. And yeah, she seems happy and healthy, and just as ornery as ever. So
Perfect.
yeah,
Just the way we like her.
that's right. That's right.
Okay.
And she,
And
I was looking around because spoiler, we're recording this from our separate homes today just to accommodate both our schedules. And I was looking to see if Gertie was around, but I think she went upstairs to take a nap. So maybe she'll come down and say hello at some point during the show.
that would be exciting.
Yeah.
When we were apartment hunting, we had to make sure that wherever we're going will work for the cat as well. And I will tell you what, all of these newfangled apartments out there, they all have dog washing stations. There's nothing for cats. Like, I need a catio. Come on, people.
Right. Well, cats aren't particularly social.
I mean, they are on their own terms.
Well, they're social
Just
with
saying.
people, but not other cats. At least
That
that's
is
what I
true.
find.
That is a fair statement.
Yeah. They can be a little territorial,
fair.
but
Do you have any other exciting things to share, or should we move to cultural blind spots?
yes, we do. Do we want to take a quick break and we'll be right back to talk about those?
Let's do it. All right. Keep listening to Don't Ask Me to Talk, because you know what?
That's right. We're coming right back with our cultural blind spots for this week. Stay tuned. This is Eric Ryder reminding you to follow us on Facebook. We're at Don't Ask Me to Talk, and we're on Instagram, again, at Don't Ask Me to Talk. We'd love to hear from you, so check us out on social media and leave us a comment. Leave us a like. Remember, you can always email us directly at asking@don'taskmetotalk.com or leave us a voicemail or text at 475-999-2726. That's 475-999-2726.
Don't ask me to talk.
And we're back right here on Don't Ask Me to Talk. I'm Eric Ryder.
I'm Stacey Heller. Hey, thanks for listening. We got right into things early in the show, me talking about myself again. I mean, if we were to play a drinking game about it and take a shot every time I did that, you'd be taking a shot right now.
I'd be drunk right now.
But right now,
I'd be blacking out.
In love with this show. Okay. All right. Look, I'm self-aware enough to know it, but we don't have to rub my nose in it. Anyway, I wanted to take a minute to thank everybody that listens to the show, whether you're listening live on the radio or you're listening to the podcast version. We actually really appreciate it. And honestly, the amount of money that this has saved me in therapy, huge.
That's great. Speaking of drinking, though, it actually has been an involuntarily dry January for me. It's not something I typically participate in because I'm not a big drinker to begin with. But because of the surgery, they say don't drink because it could inhibit the healing. So it's been, I've been doing the dry January, and hasn't made a lick of difference for me. But
I think you mean a liquor a difference.
That's right. But it is interesting. Like when you're told you can't do something, like you kind of really want to, so I've been like, damn it. Kind of want to have a cider right now. And like normally I wouldn't even be thinking about it, but it's like, you can't do that because it's going to mess things up.
Of
it's
course.
Like, damn, really craving one.
That's the way it is, man. Yeah. Meanwhile, I'm like, sitting in Texas in like a bar, like, what are we doing? And totally having like a drink because,
Existential
like,
crisis.
I mean, look, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna
It
be
will be. Yeah.
fine. I know that, and yet it's such a huge dramatic change. So it has not been dry. It has not even been moist. It has been a deluge. All right, but that's
Fair
not what
enough.
we're talking about. I just
We all
wanted
cope
again,
differently with life changes.
totally. And once again, I'm talking about myself when I was trying to thank our listeners. So thanks for listening, everybody. But that's not what this segment is about.
No, this is a segment where we talk about our cultural blind spots and really any kind of media and art that we're consuming here in our lives that up to this point we have not consumed. For
Mhm.
instance, you and I both watched the Godfather trilogy. I've been watching
Yep.
the James Bond movies after going a lifetime with never watching any of them. Um, stuff like that, where we're just crossing them off.
Mhm.
I saw Casablanca for the first time recently.
Yep.
Those things that people are always saying, like, oh, I can't believe you haven't seen this, or I can't believe you haven't
Yep.
visited this or done this. Well, now you can believe it. We're doing it. This is
Yes.
our kind of a bucket list kind of thing in a way. Although, I'd like to
Yeah.
think that we've got a few more years.
100%.
Bucket list
And
seems like it almost implies that the end is near, but you can cross off bucket list things anytime in your life, right?
right. It is
Yeah.
just a drop in the bucket. And
Yes.
like if you want to really know what the people think about Citizen Kane, then you can listen to past episodes of this show, and I will let you know what I really think about Citizen Kane.
Yeah, you were a little harder on it than I was, but we both kind of agree that it is shocking that it's like considered, this masterpiece, and yet
Yeah.
it's kind of a drag.
I mean, kinda. I mean, honestly, a real drag. But we move on. Okay, so what did you watch this week, or do, or see, or eat?
Yeah. I've been watching a few different things. I've watched One Battle After Another, which is the new
Oh,
Paul Thomas Anderson movie, new to 2025. That is, I mean, it came out several months ago, and it's got what's his name, Leo in it.
oh, Leonardo DiCaprio.
That's right.
Okay,
Um,
and this was like nominated. I think this was the second most nominated film this year for the Oscars.
Right. Yeah, it is getting a lot of Oscar buzz. It's got Leonardo DiCaprio, Sean Penn, Benicio del Toro, Regina Hall, and some newcomers in it. And it's all universally excellently acted. When I saw the trailers for this, I thought it looked good. But you know what? I'm going to be honest that I am hesitant when it comes to Paul Thomas Anderson movies because
They go either way.
I, I every time I watch one of his movies, and for people that don't know Paul Thomas Anderson, he did like There Will Be Blood, Magnolia, Boogie Nights, a bunch of other movies, but his movies always look like, oh, this is going to be the best movie ever. And then I go and watch the movie and I go, what? What is
That's
happening? What? This movie makes no sense. And it's like his whole thing seems to be about creating a atmosphere and interesting characters rather than a coherent story. And that can be very frustrating to me. And there's other filmmakers like that, that the Coen brothers can be that way to a certain
Mhm.
extent, but I always find with them like,
At least it's funny.
yeah, no, the story actually is important to them, as well as doing the quirky characters and the interesting atmosphere. Um, and sometimes with Paul Thomas Anderson, I just feel like I'm just not quite on board. But I gotta say, I think this was his most coherent movie since Boogie Nights.
Wow. That is 2 positive thumbs up from you.
Yes. And I love Boogie Nights. I thought that was a great movie. It was one of those ones, and that one actually, to me, was very coherent. And like after that, it seems like it's like when you see like Picasso's early paintings and you're like, oh wow, he was a great painter, and then he decided to draw women with 3 breasts, and it's like, what?
Right.
But at least like, oh, he had the foundation.
Right. Like he knows how many breasts women have,
right,
and actually can do this quite well.
Yes.
But clearly he's been he's been macro dosing shrooms.
Yes, he's chosen a different route. Yeah, and PTA is like that, but this one, it was a little more straightforward and brilliantly acted and a lot of fun. And it's it's kind of actiony, but it's not like Predator or anything like that. It's it's very grounded, and it's set in a kind of maybe the future, but I mean, if so, it's like 15 minutes into the future kind of thing.
Okay.
It's
got it.
Yeah, it's and it is very close to our reality at this point. Yeah. So that kind of
like it's future present.
Yes. And that is kind of
horrifying, scary.
Yes. Yes. I wasn't sure I would be on board with that at this point, because of how terrifying the world is at this point, to have that reflected. But I enjoyed it quite a bit, and I would recommend it. I think it was a good movie, and as you say, it's got a lot of Oscar buzz, so I feel like it could go all the way.
Wow. I mean, high praise, really. And okay. And so like in Oscar movies, there are times when the Oscar nominees come out and I'm like, I didn't even know this was a thing.
Right?
Like I have no idea. And so in a way it is a cultural blind spot, because it shows that I'm not a cinephile, and like there are just so few movies that come out anymore that it's like, wait, what? This is a thing? So anyway, all right. So I would count that as a cultural blind spot, and that gives me something to maybe go run and hide and do when everything else is just in boxes and shreds around my house.
Yeah, and I'll follow up saying I also watched The Running Man, the new Running Man with Glenn Powell. And this is a cultural blind spot for me, because when Glenn Powell was suddenly famous, I'm like, who the hell is this? I've never heard of this guy.
He just famously got naked.
And then he's starring in everything. I'm like, the funk? And so I actually watched the Glenn Powell movie. And wow. I got to say, this one also suffers from the fact that it's, again, meant to be set in the future, but it is so close to our current reality that it's a little bit unnerving. And I famously, there's a version of this movie from the 80s that starred Arnold Schwarzenegger that seems to be a lot more campy than this one. And I was not really interested in watching this one, to be honest, until I found out that Edgar Wright directed it. And I like Edgar Wright's movies. He's done the Coronado trilogy. That's, Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and The World's End. And he's also done Baby Driver. Last
That was
Night in
good.
Soho. I love
Yep.
all his movies. I think they're all great.
Okay.
But this one, I gotta say, maybe his least good movie, but still a lot of good stuff there.
Okay.
And apparently he sticks a lot closer to the book. Now, this was a Stephen King book written under a pseudonym. Um, Bachman, I think, is the pseudonym that he uses. I can't remember the first name of the Stephen King's pseudonym for this. But
Turner.
yeah, the crazy thing is that Stephen King writes this under a pseudonym, and yet he does all the Stephen King stuff in this, where he like puts the characters in Maine for half the movie, even the fictional town of
What? That's Stephen King? What?
even the fictional town of Derry is involved in this thing.
Oh my God.
It's like, why bother with the alias?
Right. Right. Like, that's ridiculous. Like, stick it in Nova Scotia at least.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
But it is streaming on Paramount Plus, so if you have that, then you can watch it for free. And I think it's definitely an entertaining couple hours, but definitely not Edgar Wright's best work. And probably mostly because he's adapting somebody else's material rather than having free reign to write the movie himself. And his movies are typically very funny. And this one, good, but maybe not, the tier that he's normally operating at, but still worth a watch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. So it's so Glenn Powell didn't bring it down.
No, he was fine in it, although there is a scene where he's in a bath towel for an extended something for the ladies.
Which is like, come on.
But yeah, which is fine. And he's totally ripped, which doesn't, his character doesn't necessarily seem like he's a gym rat. He seems like he's a hardworking guy that,
Right.
But the kind of rip that he is the kind of rip you get to play a superhero in a Marvel movie or something, not the kind of rip that you get from working at a
Chris
factory.
Hemsworth rip, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like because if you work in a factory, chances are you knock off work and you go get some beers with your buddies,
right?
And this is somebody that's clearly like not doing the post gum graft diet of carbs and no exercise.
That's right.
So, okay, well, that's good. So, any others?
Well, yeah, I will have to save some for future episodes because I watched a bunch of stuff while I've been recovering from the surgery.
Oh, yeah.
So I'll save some of the other stuff that I talked about or that I watched for maybe the next episode. But I just wanted to talk about these two because they both seem like commentaries on our world, maybe unintentionally. But it's just that seems to be like if I watch these movies in 10 years time, when things maybe hopefully fingers crossed are a little less crazy, there'll be like a relief there that will make me enjoy them a little more. So yeah, it's hard to say, but I felt that like pall of like reality like crashing in on these fantasy movies.
And it's like, that's not fun.
The fiction was not as fictional as I would have liked in both cases, but great acting. And hey, our good buddy Josh Brolin playing the villain in The Running Man again.
What? I'm shocked. He's so good at it.
Yeah, he was great. So that's my two. And before you hop into yours, I do want to issue a rare, don't ask me to talk, Eric Ryder, maybe a clarification in this one. In that the last time we talked, you mentioned that you felt kind of out of it because you hadn't had the chance to watch Heated Rivalry. And I said, well, that's a pretty niche thing because because Canadian, okay, hockey, Gay drama. Okay, so each of those things seem fairly niche to me. Um,
Uh-huh.
but I got to say that since we talked about it, I have heard so many people talking about this thing now that I feel like, um, yeah, you were right that this is a thing that people are just buzzing about for some reason. Um, and so, but I'm not sure if that's because A, it is genuinely popular, or B, just because you talked about it here on the show and that our cultural impact is so big now that once we talk about it on the show, it's bound to be it gets the bump, it gets the damped bump.
Honestly, I love where you're going with that. Like, like, stop, girl. Um, but also, yeah, no. It is definitely not the latter. It is the former.
Oh, okay.
But I appreciate your rewrite of the situation.
I mean, I'm just saying, I never heard of it before you mentioned it, but after we talked about it on the show, it seems like everybody's talking about it.
Uh-huh. See?
Yeah.
I know these things. I have my finger on the pulse of this cultural landscape that we live in.
You're plugged into the zeitgeist
Yeah,
a lot more than
sure.
I am.
Yep. Yeah. Well, I have 2 adult daughters who are like, has the girlfriend made you watch it?
No, she's not interested in that. She's like me, sports, anything, who cares?
She's got you. Okay.
All right, so now we're going to
Well,
talk about, you said that you did actually cross off a cultural blind spot. So I'd love to hear about it.
I watched the 4th incarnation of A Star is Born, aka the one with Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga.
Oh, okay.
And I have never seen any of them.
Right, and there was several incarnations of this story.
Yep. And it's fascinating because, like, the first one was, I think it was, I want to say Gloria Gaynor, but I'm like, isn't that the woman that's saying "I will survive"?
Yeah.
That can't be right. It was like an old Hollywood movie where it's about like a washed up actor, not necessarily singer, and she comes to Hollywood as a starlet and he takes her under his wing. So there's that version. Then there's the Barbara Streisand version. And then I think it's Judy Garland. Then it's Barbara Streisand, and then you've got Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper. And for whatever reason, I just like couldn't get my head around it. And I finally watched it. I didn't laugh. I did cry a little.
Is it meant to be funny? Is it a comedy?
No.
I thought it was like a drama.
It's a drama.
Yeah.
And it's first of all, I think he took who's the actor that's in it with him? Sam Waterston, maybe? Who's the guy that's got like he looks like a cowboy, and he probably was born like looking like a cowboy, and he's got that very particular cowboy voice.
Sam Elliott is who you're thinking of.
Sam Elliott. Okay. So Bradley Cooper looks super hot, dingy and dirty and sweaty and strung out, with the voice of Sam Elliott. And I mean, it was good, but now I'm like, well, now I got to see all 4 versions because it's interesting seeing the thread of inspiration between them, like between the names and like, sometimes it's a singer, sometimes it's an actor, like the names that they bandy about from version to version. Like in some, she's called Esther. In some, his last name is Maine. In some, it's like his name is Howard. Like just some interesting parallels because I did a little research on all the different versions. And I'm like fascinated that with at least the last three versions of it, all of those women are total LGBTQ plus like icons. I mean, Judy Garland, Barbara Streisand, and Lady Gaga. Come on.
Right.
A Star is Born. Right?
So
But
did you
it
like
was
this
good.
movie?
And it was very, it was good. I think it does show the way that becoming famous can chew you up and spit you out, and how you're only as good as your last hit and you can't outrun your demons. I mean, I think it showed a bunch of things to be true. And I suppose they had great chemistry between them. And so that's fair. But I don't know. It was good. It was good.
All
It
right.
was enjoyable. But now I want to.
That
Now I
seems
want to
like
see
thumbs
the other ones.
75%
because-
up.
Yeah, I mean, like, it was. The singing was great. He did a great job. She did a really good job. It was like one of her first movie roles, serious movie roles that she did, and she was essentially playing herself, and so I think that was great. It wasn't something that I was going to make my life like people did when it came out. Like, it was like Wicked for good. You know what I mean? Like, people were making it like their whole personality. And I'm like, I'm not ready to make my whole personality into The Shallow.
The soundtrack was very popular.
Very, very, very. So anyway, so it was good. And now I am on the hunt for the other three versions of it so that I can do a compare and contrast.
Yeah, it is interesting because it is one of those that is perpetually remade. I'm seeing this like shared on social a lot, this idea of, well, only remake bad movies, like classic movies shouldn't be remade. And this is one where it's like, these are classic quote unquote movies that get remade every so often.
Yeah.
But that feels like one where it's like, because it's like the whole idea is let's put it in a popular singer, that it should maybe be remade for new generations to really get the full effect. I don't know. But I'll tell you what, I did.
Yeah.
I also rewatched or watched for the first time a newer movie of a bad movie that was remade. And I think there's something to be said for that. Because I watched The Toxic Avenger, and I tried watching the original Toxic Avenger recently, and it is really bad. It's really bad. But the new one, the 2025 Toxic Avenger, which is now streaming on Disney Plus, I loved it. It's a ton of fun. And I think I enjoyed that more than The Running Man, and more than One Battle After Another. So if you like quirky, gooey movies, then I highly recommend The Toxic Avenger. And as I'm seeing it, it says 2023, but I swear it didn't come out till last year. I don't know. It must have been like stuck in the pipeline or something. But Peter Dinklage is in it. He's fantastic. Elijah Wood, he's in it. And he's great. Kevin Bacon is in it. I don't know why this one just kind of flew under the radar for everybody. And just seems like maybe the reviews weren't even that good, but I had a lot of fun with it. And there's some gross stuff in it, but it's so like over the top that like the violence in it is very cartoony. So if you're a fan of like Sam Raimi style violence, where it's like just ridiculous and gooey rather than disgusting, then I think The Toxic Avenger is the one for you. It's not going to get any Oscar buzz or noms. Because,
That's okay.
nobody puts me in charge of anything. But I thought it was great. I thought it was a lot of fun. So yeah, check it out. And this definitely made the case for taking bad movies and making good movies out of them, because the concept was there for a very fun movie, but the execution beforehand, because this was a Troma movie, which was a studio that made really low budget sci-fi and horror movies back in the 80s, but they had a lot of buzz because their stuff was so gonzo, over the top, goofy. And I think there's a whole lot of stuff there that could be mined to be remade into good stuff. So hopefully this isn't the last we see of this. But if you're a fan of those movies, and I remember just as a kid, like on the schoolyard, talking to my friends about all these Troma movies that we had never seen, but you just couldn't help but talk about CHUDS, which were cannibalistic humanoid underground dwellers, because
obviously,
yes, because CHUDS, who doesn't want to say CHUDS, or who doesn't want to say The Toxic Avenger? These titles were just so crazy that it really captured our imagination. And then I've attempted as an adult to go back and watch some of these movies that, of course, I would have never been allowed to see as a kid. And they are all pretty universally pretty bad, with bad acting, bad stories, and bad special effects. I see what they were going for, but they were pretty bad. But The Toxic Avenger takes that same gonzo fun thing and does it competently. So yeah, I recommend it, and you'll know like within 5 minutes if it's your sort of thing.
Well, and like that time, what a time to be alive,
right?
Like there were some crazy movies that came out during that time. And
Absolutely.
The stuff that we were allowed to watch, holy moly.
And there's a fast food restaurant in the movie called Ms. Meat. And it's got like inside the restaurant, they've got these like two ladies' legs that are just two giant ladies' legs. And I couldn't help but think of my neighbor's
your
Christmas
lamp
decoration.
You and your two legs. Oh my
I was like, that looks like the lamp.
Oh my gosh. Eric has a fetish.
No. But it just because we talked about it on the show, that it just made me laugh to see that pop up.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, so check it out, The Toxic Avenger. So.
All right. Well, see, and that's the thing. Like, I think this, like A Star Was Born, it's not a fun movie. Like, maybe it's that I'm going through a thing where I'm like, it's not fun. Like, it's life and it's hard. Yeah. And I think it's about highlighting somebody who has this crazy talent. Yeah. And it was not an escape. I'm like, well, that's depressing.
Right.
So anyway, all right. Well, so we did check off a couple, and mine at least inspired me to check the others off as well, just because I'm curious to see the compare and contrast of the older versions. And I'm sure I can find them on like Canopy or one of the other streaming services. So, all right, should we take a quick break? That was a good
one. Let's do it. Let's take this quick break. We'll be right back. We'll talk about our top topic from 2 weeks ago, because we were off last week, but we didn't forget. We're going to talk about the 3 words that describe us, I think. So stay tuned. We're coming right back with more Don't Ask Me to Talk. Woohoo!
Hey, I'm Stacey Heller. I'm one of your podcast pals, along with Eric Ryder from Don't Ask Me to Talk. Are you liking what you're listening to? Awesome. We would love if you would follow us on social media. We're on Facebook and Instagram as Don't Ask Me to Talk. We also are wherever you find your favorite podcast. You can follow us, subscribe, like, rate, whatever it is that you do. You can also email us. That's asking@don'taskmetotalk.com. And if you'd like, text or leave us a voicemail at 475-999-2726. Basically, we'd love to hear from you. Thanks for listening.
And we're back right here on Don't Ask Me to Talk. Eric Ryder, one of your podcast pals.
Hey, I'm your other pal. I am Stacy Heller, and I am
Stacy.
back. Texas Stacy. Hey, how y'all doing?
Yeehaw!
Okay. Like Foghorn Leghorn. No.
Yosemite
who
Sam.
Is it? Yosemite Sam.
Yes.
Thank you. I'm mixing up my cartoons. Yeah. Anyway, so hope you're all doing well.
That's right, y'all.
I don't know. I got into a conversation with somebody at in a store, and they were like, "Oh, we're not the South. There's the difference between Texas and the South." And I was like,
no, you're
"Oh,
just look
okay."
at a map. It's the South.
But it was very interesting. They're like, "Texas is its own place, honey," and I was
Sure.
like, "Okay, yep, I stand corrected. Don't shoot me."
A place founded by illegal immigrants that's now obsessed
Right.
with illegal immigrants. But anyway, that's for a whole nother show.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So anyway.
All right.
Okay.
So this is the part of the show where we talk about our top topic. And last time it was 3 words about self. Now you're the one that puts the topics on the Wheel o' Topics. So I always like to get your insight on what you were thinking or what was the inspo behind a particular topic. So why don't you enlighten us a little bit?
Well, I don't know what the hell I was thinking. No, I do. So this was an interesting exercise that I did a while back, almost a year ago. I went to Sedona and I did this whole like wellness retreat there. And one of the exercises was coming up with words or phrases to describe ourselves. And it's hard to narrow it down, like your whole essence. And this doesn't have to be that serious. But I was like, okay, like if we were to just off the top of our heads come up with, 3 words or phrases that we feel like gives people an essence of who we are, I thought it would be interesting to see what we had to share.
Okay. I like that.
Right? And it's almost easier to not have it be a word. It's just that there's limited room on the wheel. And so, one of the words that I had put like right off the bat, I was like, late. I'm always late. But I'm like, but is that like my whole like personality or essence?
Mm-hmm.
And so, I'm like, okay, I don't know that encapsulates it. Whereas putting creative problem solver, I'm like, that's a phrase. I think I'm a creative problem solver.
Yeah. And if it's
I think I could be on Shark Tank.
right.
I'll be like, they'll be like, and for that reason, we're out. And I'd be like, no, but hear me out. I have another idea. And they're like, no. And I'm like, okay, but hear me out.
Don't ask me to talk.
Exactly. What about rain barrels in areas that are frequently dealing with wildfires? And they're like, and for that reason, we're out.
Right. They're like, we don't see the money in that.
Right. But, whatever. So anyway, so that's an example of one that I thought of.
Okay. All right.
Do you have any like off the bat that you can think of?
Yeah. The 3 words though, that is tough. I liked where you were headed with the creative. I feel like I'm creative. But is that the top word about me? I don't know. I almost feel like other people need to answer this.
I know, it's interesting. I'm like, we need to almost do it like next time what are like 3 words about the other person? Because I would add, no offense to you, but like surprisingly creative.
Wow.
Because here's why. Here's why. Because you present as so pragmatic. and practical.
Okay.
Like, you know what I mean? And like when we talk about subjects that are, like about um like dreams or like being intuitive or any of those things, you're like, no, like what? That's just like, and that, I think those things are typically associated with very creative people. And you're like, dude, like you learn some notes and you put them together and you have something to say. And, like you're not like, it came to me through like my spirit animal and, my spirit animal played through my fingers and I wrote a song.
I do like that. I think pragmatic, practical, creative. I think that's my 3 words. I think you're right.
Welcome.
I think you nailed it. You creatively problem solved it.
Hey, look at me. Actually, you could say that creative problem solver are my 3 words because I am a bit of a problem.
And a solver.
I am a solver. The question is, do I need to solve everybody else's ish?
Yeah. I think I would add also for mine, maybe I have to take one of these words out, but hungry. I feel like I'm always hungry.
Well,
and not just like for food. I feel like I'm hungry and like trying to make sure that I'm not going to be like destitute.
well, see, that leads to past life fears, which you don't believe in.
Right.
I think in a past life, maybe you struggled financially. And
no,
so
if that was this life.
Oh. Okay. And so you are determined not to do that again.
That's right. That's right.
Which makes sense. I mean,
but also
like,
I'm physically hungry a lot, which is, makes it tough to shed weight, as we talked about at the beginning. So I'm all too happy to, go down the let's eat a bunch of carbs road. It's part of my personality. What can I do?
Yeah. I would also, for one of your words, I think pragmatic and practical could essentially be saying the same thing. I think that there is you have to add something about your humor and intelligence. There's a dryness there. Uh-huh.
Yeah. I should moisturize more is what you're saying.
Yes, I think you should. Well, and it's funny because I was like, oh, I'm so positive. And I'm like, I am, except for when I'm being dramatic. And then I am the most negative person. I'm like, do you know that nobody's ever had to move before? And it is like so hard. And like people come by and they want stuff from me and I have to like answer the door and I have to get off the couch and like, it's so hard.
Yeah. I think pragmatic, creative, funny, or hungry. I haven't decided between those 2 for me, but I think I think you I would also describe as creative. I would say self-aware. You're somebody who's very self-aware. I think that's an admirable quality. That doesn't get in your way usually, but sometimes I feel like it does. But that's like key to your humor. So you're funny as well. So maybe creative, self-aware, and funny are good ones for you. Okay.
I'll take those. Look at us. Oh my God. Are we being like nice to each other? I don't even know what to do right now.
I feel like the last few episodes we've been a little bit at loggerheads, so it's nice to end on a positive note for once.
Yeah, well, it is. And I love that you admitted that I'm right about heated rivalry, and I so appreciate that little editorial comment. Instead of you being like, I don't know what you're talking about, I haven't heard of it. Meanwhile, I'm like, Okay.
Well, literally since you talked about it, it just seemed like it is like super buzzy, with lots of people talking about it all over the place. So, yeah, you're a trendsetter. So maybe that's another word we need.
Hey, that one would be a lie, but you know what? I am definitely hip with the scene, kiddos.
That's right. I'm down. I can dig it.
Exactly. It's got a good beat. I can dance to it.
That's right.
Well, I think it's an interesting exercise to think about words that describe yourself every once in a while. Why they had me do it on this wellness retreat is because sort of a second part to it, which we're not going to do here today, but people could do, are those things that you come up with, how much grace are you giving yourself? Are you looking at yourself as others do, or are you looking at yourself through the filter of yourself? And then also, are you those things for, let me use the line, the reason, season, or lifetime? And it's kind of an interesting to think about. So, all right, well, enough thinking. That's not what we do best here. What we do best is follow tangents. And we probably need to pick what we're going to talk about randomly next, yes?
That's right. Let's talk about what we're talking about next week on The Big Show. This one is another one that's cut off, but I think I know where you're going with this. Folding a fitted.
Okay. Do you know how to fold a fitted sheet and other tasks that are difficult?
I have some thoughts, but I'll save them for next week because we're really short on time.
Okay. I know. I was going to say, no sheet.
All right. Well, thanks for listening, everybody. We hope you have a wonderful week. We'll be back, fingers crossed, if Stacy's not down in Texas again. So be sure to join us next time on Don't Ask Me to Talk. We love you.
Bye, y'all.